The 25-year-old right-back is preparing to leave the Sky Blues with a heavy heart after admitting he's experienced his best memories of his career so far at the club. Limited to just 8 League One starts this season, the right-back is now toying between staying in England or returning north of the border to his native Scotland. Asked if he's resigned to leaving Coventry, he told Coventry Alive at today's pre-match press conference ahead of the Barnsley trip, "Yes, I would be." Jack Grimmer was speaking at City's pre-match press conference ahead of the trip to Barnsley. "I have not had the direct conversation, but I think if you only play 7 or 8 league games that should be the baseline to move on. It's unfortunate because my best memories in football, by a country mile, have been here at Coventry. But that's football and you take the highs with the lows and move on. I'm looking forward to a fresh start, whether that's here or away because I want to get back playing regularly." He added, "I will have to evaluate my options. You play football because you want to play, especially last season and getting the proper taste for playing 40 to 50 games during a successful campaign, and it really hit home the fact that I want to play every game. That's obviously not been the case this season and that's when you need to sit back and see where that can be an option." Asked for his take on his second year at the club, and whether it's as simple as Chelsea lone star Duhon Sterling coming in and doing well, coupled with an early season injury, he said, "Yes, I think the injury came just as I was starting to play well and seize my chance. The timing was terrible and that kind of allowed him to get settled, which he had to do and did. I can't hide the fact that it's been disappointing because I saw myself getting settled here and thinking I could really kick on with this club, and I don't think you can hide away from the fact that it's a club on the up. Everyone knows the size of Coventry. But I have come to terms a couple of months ago that that's football and I think that's allowed me to keep working hard and not sulk. If the Gaffer needs me then I am still there." Asked if he'd like to say anything to the fans, the popular Scot said, "I would like to thank them massively because from the moment I walked in the door, and it was not always easy last year, thankfully they took to me quickly and hopefully I repaid them by doing well and scoring a worldie at Wembley for them." Coventry City's Jack Grimmer celebrates scoring his side's third goal of the game at Wembley in the League Two playoff final. "I think the memories we gave them last season were great, but the memories they gave me are amazing, and the messages on social media and people stopping me in the street and thanking me for making their kids happy or whatever it is, that's something that sticks with me. It's one of the reasons you play football, to make people happy, as well as yourself, and I just have to thank them. Fans in general are not always forgiving, but they have been with me, so it's a big thank you." Manager Mark Robins has been quick to point out that the defender hasn't been a minute's trouble despite his disappointment. Asked if Grimmer has been a victim of Sterling's success, the manager said, "I don't think he's a victim. Jack's a good player and he's been unfortunate because he picked up an injury as the start of the season that let Duhon in, and there's an internal battle that goes on with yourself but also against the opponent you are up against." Duhon Sterling has taken Jack Grimmer's place in Coventry City's side this season. They are in the same position and there's only one place, so they have got to fight and Jack has got on with his job. "I have been really impressed with his attitude because he's never given me a minute's problem and just carried on working. Initially his injury was difficult for him, but at the same time Duhon has performed to a fairly consistent level and we have picked up good results, which is important. Yes, he can consider himself unlucky because Jack's a good player." Asked how he's managed to stay so upbeat about his lot, Grimmer said, "It isn't easy and you go through phases, I have to be honest. It's new to me thinking you should be playing and not playing. You go through spells where it's tough and then phases when you are more positive. I have seen players before sulking in training and stuff and the Gaffer gets rid of them and then they get that reputation. I never wanted that reputation of being a bad egg in the changing room. I am employed by the club to work, whether that's on the pitch or behind the scenes." The Gaffer has complimented Dave Myler for the impact he's had off the pitch, and "so any way I can help I will." Coventry City boss Mark Robins is full of praise for Jack Grimmer's professionalism. So has he drawn strength from his teammates? Yes. It was something I was very conscious of last season when players weren't playing. We had that team thing last season with the playoffs when even players who weren't stripped were celebrating. You need that to have a good squad because a couple of injuries and you could find yourself playing. The boys have stuck together and there is a real team chemistry which has been helped by Dave Myler coming in and adding that experience. It's been tough but it's one of those phases in hopefully a long career that's not too much. Obviously, Barnsley Ace has made this admission about Coventry City finally. Asked about the player's resignation to leaving, Robbins said, "We have not had a conversation yet. That's something where he's obviously out of contract and he may feel that his future lies elsewhere. But Jack's been brilliant for us and we'll never forget what he did last year, the role he played in getting us promoted and the goal he scored at Wembley, and the goal he scored in the FA Cup against Stoke are among the highlights. But the highlight for me is the character and person he is around the place because he's been pivotal in terms of the atmosphere in the dressing room that we have got." Visit our Facebook pages for Coventry and Nuneaton or visit our Twitter pages for Coventry and Nuneaton. Watch our videos on YouTube and see our photos on Instagram for all your latest Sky Blues news, opinion, analysis and transfer gossip. Click here.